Maxwell,
Cruise control?
I love you.
Yeah? Well, I love you too, you fucking treetard.
I love you because I don't see who. Oh, fuck, I can't even hold. I can't keep that up. I can't keep that up. It is. Oh shit! It is the Nothing Sacred show for the what the fuck's the date? The 19th of March,
19th,
2017. Yep. I am Cruise Control,
and I'm Maxwell Silverhammer,
and we are back with our listeners, whoever the fuck they are, like the one or two we have.
I'm feeling so inspirational right now,
you
know.
Oh my goodness, inspiration. Anybody who follows Maxwell. Here's the thing, dude. I've realized something, man. I think that you are sabotaging our show.
Am I? Why is that?
I'll tell you why. Because I think that what I've noticed is on your YouTube stuff, right?
Right.
On your your not YouTube stuff. I'm sorry, your Facebook stuff. Because you do you do
feeds?
Facebook lives like every day now, like before you go to work, like when you're taking a shit after you get off to work, before you eat dinner, after you eat dinner.
Actually, I haven't done too many, dude.
Well, I guess my point is you do a lot of them, and you get a decent amount of views, like 13, 14 views and shit on them.
Right.
15. So I think everyone who gives a fuck is
hitting up those live
videos and ignoring our little show here, which I don't really give a shit, because that way we won't get arrested for saying the wrong things or lose our jobs. So, because no one will be listening to file us the complaint to be offended. Oh, like they're going to be offended at us for this. Now I'm going to put a link down below.
We can do YouTube Live too, man. That's another thing if you ever decide you want to get a camera. You know, like a webcam or some shit.
Yeah, I don't don't put my face on the fucking internet.
So that's what it is.
I don't like webcams, man, because webcams can be controlled and shit, man. See,
get into it.
I'm conspirified, man, but there's some shit going on about people getting into people's TVs and shit and
shit.
And all this shit, man. So it's crazy. But I'm gonna put a link in below for anybody who wants to watch what we're gonna talk about here first, because we have to get this out of the way now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going with your dumb bullshit by talking about customer service first. We're taking care of this now.
All right, let's do this first.
I had to send. It was like here's the backstory on this. I had to send a couple of days ago, at night. Like I don't know, it was like probably like 9 or 10, probably after 10, dude. I was like,
actually, it was early from when I got it. It was like 8 o'clock, dude.
Oh, okay, 8. Well. 8 you know what it is? 8 o'clock is late for me now because I start at like 6 in the morning, so it's probably.
Oh yeah, you're an old fuck now. Hey, it feels like it's 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, next week I got a fucked up schedule. Next week I work from 10 o'clock on Tuesday, 6 o'clock on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 o'clock on Saturday. Woo, yeah.
Shit. Wow, that's a little bit.
Yeah, it's a fucked up schedule. My whole shit stuff. You know, we've gone through the work stuff before.
Well, I wish we could play this fucking video on here, dude.
I wish.
I don't have...
Well, it's not even that we can't. The thing is about copyright and shit. You know, that's the problem.
Oh yeah.
So we'll post a link to the video or a link to the page. And it's this thing called Little Big Shots, and it's basically this kid. And here's what we'll do. We'll just stop for 2 seconds, and you can pause this video, and you can go look all your. Not you, Max. I don't give a fuck about you.
You're talking about the audience.
The audience, the listeners. You can listen to this. So pause this now. Listen to it. Come back.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, we're back. Okay, so you watched that shit. Now, most of you, or some of you, are going to be all cockled out and have your little heart on for love and.
Oh, that was so sweet and inspirational.
But here's a couple things. Okay, here's a couple things that really were weird about this shit. First of all, we know about the inspiration stuff. You know we're gonna get into that. You know that's why I sent that to you. I was like, "Ooh, you gotta see this, dude."
Oh
you
yeah.
Gotta.
Now,
I
Little
knew.
Big Shots just is it an American Idol? It almost looks like an American Idol.
It's
type
like
show.
a show where they showcase kids. I really don't know. I didn't get it. It's Steve Harvey, you know, the guy who does Family Feud, and I'm Steve Harvey, you know. He's old comedian. He was in that. He was in that old the Kings of Comedy. Remember that?
Oh yeah. With Ced the Entertainer and all those
it was
fuckers.
One of him. Yeah, so he was one. That's where he got big, and now he does a lot of shit like Family Feud and Miss America, where he fucked it up. But he does a lot of Family Feud shit. So, but this guy, you know, he's all personal pandering. But the kid, here's what gets the inspiration shit right is one thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Inspiration stuff is like, oh, it's so inspiring, but that was the fakest little fuck I have ever. That kid was fucking either being scripted or he was fucking half tard, dude, or probably both.
Yeah, he did seem a little a little aspy, didn't he?
Or something, dude, because the way he talked is like, hi, and I'm doing this for my organization. And it wasn't like he was like, and I'm doing this for my organization. And, you know, he was like, and I am doing this for my, it was almost a little bit of little
robotic.
Little Oreo, dude, little a little Calhoun, dude, little EC going on there, dude.
Well, dude, he may have a similar disorder.
Because
you know
he was like, oh my God, and I love you, and I am happy. Yay!
But we know motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really, you know, that's
the thing
strange.
is, the kid. No, but the kid didn't seem stupid. I guess you're right. It wasn't that strange, but it was just, God damn it! Why can't they get some fucking kid on there? It's like, yeah, I have bad eyesight, but I just do my thing. Because that'd be boring, maybe. I mean, that's the problem is they probably find those. They're like, little Johnny here can play the guitar with his teeth, but he's too articulate for us and doesn't wave his head back and forth and smile. Johnny's like, fuck you, I'm blind, but I've got, it's just a disability. It's just
they want someone they can exploit, obviously.
Good
you know?
God, and then, okay, so that's the first thing. So little
Johnny
whatever
Tiny.
the fuck his name was, dude, and I've got LCS. That's my.
It's a rare kind of blindness,
yes,
and only few people have it.
And that's my definition. That's my identity because my parents and society and everyone else has drilled it into my skull. Yay! Fuck!
Feel should be inspirational. Well, I like the host too. That's the next thing you're going to get into, right? Steve Harvey.
Well, yeah, the next thing, that's the second thing, which is that is the second thing. So he's like, you don't see color.
Oh yeah, that was funny too. I love you, man, because you don't see color and you don't discriminate against people.
Because you're a dummy. Because you don't understand that there's different voices, dude. Anybody knows a black voice from a white voice, and that's how you distinguish voices. You know, 90% of the time. Sometimes you're wrong. But very, very, very rarely are you wrong about a voice. And not very rarely am I wrong when I hear on a voice when someone calls for work and goes, yeah, I got a problem with the skim of the news, and I'm like,
yeah, you can tell right away. Like,
yo,
I was a black.
I got a problem with my thing, and I was giving on the boot. I'm not going, oh man, that's an upstanding suburban white man who works at fucking Hewlett Packard and makes $80,000 a year. And I'm not saying, and just because the same thing, because I do get those guys. Hello, my son has been banned, and I understand it. So there we go. Just for all those social justice people out there.
We got everybody in this.
There's the one. There's my little. Hey, because I get those. Hi, my name is John. Yeah, my son. He's not getting this thing's not working for him, and I paid like $500 for this, and it should work. And my son is crying. And that's just unacceptable. So I want you to know what you can do about this for me, please.
yeah, like entitled fucking white.
Yeah, of course. We got it up, you've got it all. So, I get it. But my point is, any blind person or anybody worth their salt, doesn't matter who they are, can close their eyes and listen to someone's voice and make a determination, 90% of the time be correct, that is the correct race or quote unquote. So it doesn't make a difference because different voices, because here's the thing, blind people discriminate against voices, dude.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, fuck yeah! Like, so you're like, oh, dude, that's another. You're like,
oh, well, I just did it when I was talking to you, which we'll talk about later. Yeah. With the Davy the Dune Coon.
Yeah, Davy the Dune. And so basically, and Steve Harvey's all going. And the kid says this, and this is the line that made me want to puke. He goes, Steve, I love you. I just wanted to like shit. Yeah. I wanted to shit in my hand and throw it at his face, dude. Just like fucking.
But there was something else. Steve Harvey. He gave 3 reasons, and there was a second one. What was it? Well,
the third reason was the weirdest one. Was that he said he was 7, and he was talking about his 15-year-old girlfriend. They show a picture of her smiling, and I'm like, dude, why are you doing this to this little boy? This is almost like abuse.
Yeah, in its own way.
First of all, he's a 7. When he's 15, and life really hits him, and no one gives a fuck because his voice changes, and he sounds less bland. And by the way, he sang the national anthem.
I know,
and it was the most cardboard white bread national anthem. It wasn't like it was like, oh say can you see?
Right, it wasn't even soulful. It was just
like, oh say can you? And I know he's 7, but I've heard 7-year-olds pop it, dude.
Oh,
I've heard
dude, there's some
7-year-olds be
7-year-olds
like,
can rock this
"Love
shit.
you back," and that's the thing. The other 7-year-olds that were doing this, I guarantee their shit was way better than his fucking standing there singing the national anthem horse
Well,
shit.
and that was the thing. He said, "I love you because you're brave."
Brave.
And I'm thinking, well, what about the other kids? Aren't they as brave
They're
as he
just
is?
as
'Cause they
brave
all
or
got
even
up there.
more brave because they don't have a fallback.
Yeah.
So if little Timmy
You're
is 7,
blind, therefore
yeah.
you should be, aren't you scared to even step out of your house and deal with this evil-sided McWorld?
Yeah, and I know we go over this all the time, but my God, it's so prevalent. And this video epitomized, and I knew that's why I was saying this is a button presser, dude.
Oh, it was.
And I said you have to hold on. You probably had to clench your fucking teeth and had to hold on to the side of your fucking chair, like.
Oh, dude, I was leaned over my desk, like.
You're like you knew that I was gonna you knew that I was when I say deliberately just sit down or hold on to your tongue tight because I'm going to bring something to you, and I had to show that to you. So
Oh yeah,
it was just.
And here's the prerequisite, dude. With when somebody says, there's nothing wrong with being inspirational, but the thing is this, dude. Like, if there's an action, like, okay, you inspired me to get into radio, or you inspired me to get a degree, or something like that, then okay, it's genuine. But when somebody just tells you you're an inspiration, well, what the fuck does that mean? That's actually an insult.
Well, yeah, because like you were mentioning this in your video, and I agree with you. It's like, what have I done? And they're like, you're just. No, what have I done to inspire you? There's nothing. And the thing that gets me is, like I said, this is almost abuse in a way, because you're setting this kid up to, first of all, rely and focus solely as an identity on his LCS or whatever, because that's all he talks about. LCS, I got LCS. Hey,
Yeah, he's the LCS kid.
LCS kid, man. And okay, so he's 7 now. He's cute. He's 7. He can talk like this, and people will be like, "Oh, he's only 7. If he's 15 talking like this, he's going to be put into a home."
Well, dude, I think that's fucking cited culture, man. Like, making him a fucking blind.
And when he's 15 trying to sing, "Hey guys, I can sing the national anthem," and he's at school and everyone else is like, "Oh, that's great." And he's like, "Oh, say." Yeah. Relying on your basic ass, bland ass voice. I mean, he held the tune.
He didn't have a bad voice, but
it was nothing. It was no big deal. He can sing, and that's another example. Wow, man, you can sing.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. He didn't blow him out of the ballpark.
No, he didn't do anything. I mean, I've heard kids way more. I mean, it was a basic song. He held the tune. That was good. All right, yeehaw. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is so." And it was another person.
The tagline, the description, just fucking. That was when I knew I had to watch it, dude.
Yeah.
When it said, "This kid is so inspirational," I was in tears.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? Okay.
Yeah, crying. Oh my God, I love you, Steve. Oh, you're playing off your shit. You're gonna be the perfect blind boy later on, man. I'm serious. He's gonna be he's gonna be. Hopefully, maybe he'll rebel. Maybe he'll be like 25 and he'll be like, "Oh, so what? So when you were 7, we pulled this up, dark Zealot or whatever your fucking name is to change his name to now, and yeah, I cut off my penis and inverted it into a vagina, and now I do death metal." Well, when you were 7, you did this. Yeah, when I was 13, that 15-year-old raped me twice. Whatever. I don't know. She was 20 at the time, and I was 10 or whatever. Now, but when it was 7 and 15, it was cute. When it was 12 and 20, well, actually, most people would say it was still awesome, and I would really have loved it because, hey, guy with a girl. But hey.
Well, this is that, and unfortunately, dude, there's a lot of this where parents of blind children think that getting their kid exposure is the best way to get, like to get them places in life.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is if they deserve it, like they're doing something crazy. Like if that kid was doing fucking backflips and shit off of a fucking 2-story building, landing on his feet, then I'd be like, holy shit, that's inspirational, man. No one does
exactly.
Fucking anybody does. I'll be afraid of that. Anybody would be afraid to do that. So or like if the kid was like fucking, hey Steve, I've figured out the theory of nuclear quantum physics and have created a computer that can read your mind.
And you're like, damn, man, that's pretty fucking sharp.
Fucking great. Hey, Steve, I can sing a song. And I don't sound terrible.
And we'll have you on TV. But, you brave, man. I love you, man. We ain't going to kick you off.
No, you brave. It's okay. Come on. Why don't you go sing with your 15-year-old girlfriend, dude? Oh, that's so patronizing, too. That girl was like, and she was a pretty girl. So she was like, the
It's
neighbor.
probably just a girl that's a
Of
a friend to the
course,
family.
of course
or
it
something.
is. But still, the idea. What if? Because they would never have that. They're like, hey, little 7-year-old Linda. It's wonderful. You got your 15-year-old boyfriend T-Rex.
Oh fuck! Oh no!
You got Tyrone over there. Yo, what's up, baby?
What's up, yo?
Oh,
She my
15.
girl.
She my girl. I'm 15. She's 7, yo.
I fucks the fire till she bleeds. You know how it goes.
All right, let's make this multicultural. Yo, man, you got your 50. You got Tino, your 15-year-old boyfriend. Yeah, what's up? She's so hot. When she gets to her Quanta Caliquica level at when she's 12, man, I'm gonna be there when I'm 19.
I'll take her to prom.
Yeah, when she goes to her, what is that fucking thing where they become like adults or flaca macaca?
Quinceañera. I think that's for girls, though, isn't it?
Yeah, when she goes to her quinceañera and she's 13, she will be a woman and I will be 21. I'll buy her a beer and fuck her.
It's like,
Yeah, they would be a little seriously. Think about it.
Yeah,
7
it's
and
kinda
15.
twisted shit.
If there was a 7-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy, they'd be never like, yeah. They'd be like, well, no, they're just friends. No.
That's
There's
not
nothing going on there. Fucking Tino and Tito is just a friend. He works with volunteers at the Blind Center, after school because he's actually a good kid, Because just because I made the voice doesn't mean that Tino's not an A student. I didn't want to make any assumptions there.
Oh yeah. Well, either that or he's doing this for his drug court. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, okay,
But
Tino,
that would never be.
stop huffing paint.
Steve
okay?
wouldn't be going, that's really good, Linda. You got your 15-year-old boyfriend there. In some countries, you could get married now.
Yep. Yeah, that's some twisted shit.
Yeah, it
man.
wouldn't happen. Because when I heard it, I was like, ew, 7 and 15. Why are you making jokes about that? He's 7, man. I know we did it. I got a girlfriend. I'm living the life, Steve. Yeah, and I sound so pronounced, I'm almost like the audio. The reason I sound this way is I've had JAWS on my computer for years, and that's how this sounds. My parents used to put me in a room while they'd go fucking watch TV and ignore the fact that they wanted a sighted child, so I had to listen to my audio thing on my computer, and that's why I talk this way.
They never taught me how to talk. They just put me in my room with JAWS going all the
JAWS
time.
going all the time. Said, here, read some LCS shit. We're going to go watch Game of Thrones and forget we had a blind child.
God damn. Well, somebody's making them get out there and do it, dude. And it sounds like that's the parents or something.
Of course it's the parents. It's the parents. There's no question.
Well,
if you hear my
I mean,
squeaky
even,
fucking chair,
and I will say this, man. When I was little, I don't know if you remember this, but my mom always wanted me to be on TV and do TV shit for a while. If remember, matter of fact, one time somebody came to Mr. Mackelberg's room and had us on like the news or something like that.
Oh yeah, because they wanted. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference in that, and the only reason I'll say that is this: back then, it was a novel thing to have kids in a normal school doing with normal. That was not normal back then. I don't believe.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we were kind of ahead of our time.
We were kind of ahead of our time, or actually we were way ahead because we were actually better than our time. Because now they kind of isolate more now. I think, don't they?
Well, now they do that fucking inclusion, so they can go to any school they want. But you know how the fucked up that is. Dude.
Yeah. I guess the balance is kind of off on that, I guess. But still, the fact is, we were the ones that paved the way for that shit. Before that, it was like, hey, you're gonna go to this you're gonna go to this fucking island where you have to stay for 12 years.
Oh yeah, dude. Normally it was those schools for the blind where they stick you in there.
You're gonna
and
stick you in this fucking tower. There's some barbed wire around the windows.
Wallow in your own filth, and
Yeah,
just be like, all right, Jimmy, lay in your own shit.
You're with your own kind now, so enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
it's kind of a combo where you had the class with the resources, then you went out and.
But there's a lot of people. But I remember there was a lady I worked with, as a matter of fact, who had a son. He actually had a brain injury, dude, from an accident or some shit, and she was trying to get him on TV. Like she had all these news articles written about him, and he was like 20 something. Mm-hmm. And I remember them playing this shit because we went to her house one time. This was back in the library days and shit. And so we went to her house and we're watching all these videos that she made of of his TV appearances. And they're talking to him and interviewing, and it's just like, oh, dude, this is. And I actually said something to him at one point. I was like, hey, man, aren't you kind of tired of this? And he's like, yeah, it's okay. And I'm like, dude, jeez. Yeah. And
milking
of course,
it, man.
what's that?
Milking it.
Oh yeah. Well, and then asking her, I was like, well, don't you think maybe Bill finds this a little disrespectful? And she's like, well, this is going to get him out there. And I'm like, get him out there? What the fuck kind of,
Even
like.
as a kid, you were like, what?
Yeah, well, I was 20 something.
Oh, okay. The library days. I thought you meant, for some reason I was thinking of the old, of Ruth Fife days. Like, I don't know why.
Oh, the Ruth Fife library. No. This was my job, dude, when I was in my 20s and shit.
Yeah.
So, and he wasn't much older than me, man. He might have been like 2-3 years older than me or something. Mm-hmm. But I remember, because he was having a lot of issues, functioning and getting around and shit and, whatever. But she was having him on TV all the time, and she kept talking about, bringing in the news articles and showing him off. And I was like, dude, why do you do this? And she was like, I want to get him out there.
It's about her.
Oh, yeah, it's about her, not him.
That's the thing. This is about the parents and about everyone feeling good. And then he's getting this reinforcement about, this is my identity. My identity is my blindness. I'm sorry, people are gonna. No, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it is. That's
the focus.
Because that's what the focus of everything is. It's all about disability, identity. It's all about figuring out where you fit in, what box you fit in, putting you in that box,
and staying in that box.
Stay in that box, or at least making you feel like that box is the core of who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of venturing out and getting involved in shit.
Here's what people don't understand. All right, obviously, we talked about this before, but I'm going to reiterate this again. Obviously, my visual impairment, your blindness, our focuses on they're focal points of our lives. There's just no question about it because we are different in that way. This is not
sure.
And it's the same as anything else. If you're white in fucking Zimbabwe and you grew up there, you're gonna notice you're different. If you're black here, you're gonna notice you're different. If you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're fucking trans, fucking sexual, continental, genderfied, whatever, autoimmune, fucking
all that
autistic,
shit.
Whatever the fuck you have, whatever the way you pinpoint how you're different, you're gonna focus on that notice. And obviously, our things are just more focusable than most others, so it is there. It's not like we're going, we're not
trying to hide from it.
We're not hiding from it or anything, but in terms of defining us, I'll give the Lauren fucking quote of the goddamn decade of 2000, the 2000s to 2010.
You mean Dawn?
Dawn. The Dawn quote of the decade. Yep. We are not blind men or visually impaired men. We are men who happen to be blind and visually impaired, and there's a huge difference in that. And what they're doing with that kid is they're molding him into a blind man.
Of course, he's going to be a blind person.
Yeah, he's going to focus on that and be that, and he's going to be like most of the community who want to embrace it. Embrace what? What are you embracing? How about you just deal and go, yeah, this is one of my things. It's like people want to embrace their blackness. Why?
It's like part of your life, man.
What the fuck are you embracing, man? What are you trying to make it? What I think a lot of it is, and this is what bugs me about it too. And I'm going off on this, but I've thought about this a lot.
Yeah.
Is they're making it like you said before. It's an accomplishment for not doing anything but being yourself. So
exactly
what that allows little Billy to do, or where the fuck his name was, in the video, what that allows him to do is to go, hey, I'm just great for, and that's a problem with our society in general. I'm just great for being me.
Right, you should give me accolades because of who I am.
No, not of who you are, but of all your identifier clicks. I survived as a black guy in this country.
Well, and kind of like I was saying in that video too, like you had just said, we just want to, well, for you and me at least, we just want to be treated equally, not special.
Yeah, and now here's the thing: I want to be acknowledged, but you're right. I want to be acknowledged for my improv skills or my ability to articulate my ideas, my intelligence, my sense of humor. My wit, my ability to sing, but sing in a way that's actually like, oh shit, man, he can bend it. Not like, he can sing a song and not fuck it up. That's not, there's nothing spectacular about that song. I'm sorry.
No, hell no. It's the national fucking anthem. You sing it in school.
Well, no, it's a national anthem, but you can get funky with that shit and bend some shit and change. That was like, oh, say, can you see? I mean, he didn't sound bad, but it wasn't anything that I hadn't heard by a 7-year-old before.
Right, it's like singing "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
Like, wow, damn nigga,
Exactly. I mean, it's something you can. The words are a little bit trickier, but whatever. The point is that he's being groomed to do what everyone else is now doing, which is like, I'm gay. I've survived being gay.
Yep. Yep.
Well, yeah. So what? You've been accepted for a long time. I'm sorry.
And so many other people have survived being gay. So how does that make you special?
It doesn't.
You know?
It doesn't. But that's what it is. It feeds the notion that you don't have to do anything to fulfill like you've accomplished something. You just have to be. It's gonna be. Be black. Be a woman. Be a blood lesbian. Be a gay. Be a minority. Be blind. Be disabled. And let me say this too. Be a white male. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm white man. You know what? My ancestors, we created everything. Western civilization is from the white. Well, what have you done? Well, I work at fucking Arby's. All right. Well, okay.
So yeah.
But I'm white. See, my ancestors didn't. So what? See, you want to take credit. It's all about taking credit because it's an easy way to take credit for shit. Is pride and culture and pride in. Because I don't believe in that shit. Pride and culture. Ooh, I was born here. Yeah, well, that's your culture. You can have pride in your culture in terms of, wow, I love the food and the music of my culture. I'm happy with my culture. But to be like, yeah, then you're just as bad as anybody else because it's nothing you're really doing. It's just something you were born into that you have no control over.
Right. It wasn't like you went and found, like you're part of a group now all of a sudden. Yeah. I'm a Mason or I'm a fucking, whatever, an improver. I'm part of this group. Yeah, that's not.
And I feel the worst funny part of this part about it is you feel bad like if we were watching this. Let's say you were in a room with a bunch of McFidos,
and we start ripping on it like we're doing now.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What the fuck? Come on, he's just a 7." Like, okay, wait a second. So he's more important, better than the other 7-year-olds. The 7-year-old that got on there and did a triple backflip off of a fucking moving car. She is fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's fucking incredible. When someone's singing a song, if the kid, like I said, if the kid had done something crazy, like he fucking was in a karate tournament, or remember she's on the basic blindo fucking stereotypes. But anyways, if he was doing whatever he was doing, and it was something that was beyond what a 7-year-old could do, then I'd be like, oh shit. But just him, like right when he started singing the national anthem, I was like, I turned it off. Like, no.
Yeah, that's what I did. Because I listened a little bit to the song, and I'm like, no.
If he would have been like, oh, say, can you see? Yeah, I'm like, God damn. But he was like,
well, like Lady Gaga did a nice job.
Yeah.
So that was dope national anthem. I mean, she changed it up and did some wild shit.
She tore it up, yeah, did her thing, because she's actually talented. I don't like her. She's not my style, but I don't like her whole pretentious nature and everything.
Yeah,
but you can't deny that she has talent. And if the kid was like, okay, damn, like gave me the goosebump feeling, like, oh shit, but it was simply, I knew instantly right when he started singing that it wasn't going to be that.
Yeah, except very anticlimactic, man. It's like, oh, this shit is whack.
All right, well, he can, and then he was just like, I love big shots. It's like, you're so, it's like, it makes me, that's why it makes me think the kid is 7, so he's trying to play the system, like, he's not stupid, like, he's not like Aspie. He's more like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, he's 7, so he's not good at it yet. He's really, he's kind of raw and rough at it.
Yeah, but I think somebody's kind of feeding him his words.
Well, yeah, but someone might be feeding him his words, but he's still trying to be like the I'm so at the Stevie Wonder-ish type of blindo,
Right.
Because Stevie Wonder was fucking chicks and having adultering and shit like that all over the place. I think from what I heard, like the rumors.
Oh, really?
But I don't. Well, or doing some. He had a ton of kids or something like that. And I think he cheated on one of his wives or something like that. The point is, but
Ray Charles was a heroin addict.
Yeah, but both of them in public with a smiling, waving head black guys who were like, the life is just good. Yeah, shit. I don't have a problem in the world. Stevie's all trembling. Like, not Stevie, but fucking Ray's all fucking trembling on stage. Like, I need some heroin. I'm gonna fucking puke on stage. Oh, shit.
Right.
I gotta smile. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here so I can fuck this bitch, have some heroin, and smoke some dope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were these. They're better than everybody else. Blind people.
But they still tap that in their social lives. Like, people don't go Stevie. They're like, hey, it's Stevie. They're not like fucking Bill Cosby's dude. Stevie fucking is a womanizer, man. They would never say that unless they fucking.
Hell.
That'd be almost great, wouldn't it? Okay, this is awful, but wouldn't it be almost fucking amazing if Stevie Wonder came out that he like drugged women and shit and like raped them?
Oh, dude, that would actually be kind of dope.
I'd
be like, damn,
that's awful. But think about that. That'd be kind of dope if Stevie drugged and raped some women. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna get our show. Yeah, this is a great fucking shit. Someone's gonna misquote that.
I want to see Stevie Wonder rape a bitch. All right. That bitch gonna give up the ass with something I dropped in her glass. Dare.
Not with my permission.
She's gonna swallow all my jism.
Just not with my permission. Or not with her permission. Yeah, not with her permission. Not with her permission. The point is that would be like, people are like, what, Stevie? How could he? And then maybe they go, oh, he's a human. Oh, he has evil. See, that's what I want. I know it's so crazy. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. But when you know something's bad, when we want a blind evil motherfucker just to be noticed, just so that people can
so we can show that there's multiple sides to us, man.
Hold on a second. Who's that?
Oh, niggas at the door. Niggas at the door, fucking up our shit.
Well, let me see real quick. I'm gonna pause real quick.
Pause this?
I'm gonna pause. We're back in just a moment.
All right, bitches. You won't know.
Ooh, yeah. So anyway, we're back. Had to check something. That's the way of life on live radio.
Hey, but that's that's cool. No, man, but or how your blindness always, like for instance, even with the show, that's what I used to hate when the drivers would ask me about the radio show, because they had this preconceived idea that I had some inspirational radio show where I told people that I was blind, like it was called the Maxwell Silverhammer Show or something dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Maxwell.
I should have a driver say that to me one time. Is it called the Maxwell Silverhammer Show? I'm like, no, it's called the shit that irks me. And but that's because they had, and of course none of them. And then when they would finally listen to it, I know there was sometimes some people were like, wow. I listened to your show, man, and it's pretty rough. And you're like, well, what the fuck were you expecting? You had this preconceived idea in your head that I was going to be this fucking, inspirational Blinky and everything's fucking flowers and bunny rabbits and shit,
Yeah, and then you get on the same tip where you like you got like all these. We need a lot more women villains and stuff like that. It's like just have people be what they are, and everybody's so worried about the identity politics of it all.
Yeah,
it's just like I said, not like we would ever want anyone to be fucking hurt, but just the idea that to jog people's ideas of people and just to say, hey, these people are just human, man, and they fuck up and they do fucked up shit just as much as anybody else, and they do great shit just as much as anybody else. Like I said, just a weakness, just more obvious than everybody else's weakness, or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly, and it doesn't have to be. See, for me, it's a conversation piece for everybody. First thing they want to ask me is, blindo questions and shit.
Yeah.
Like I had a guy at the veterans stand down. As a matter of fact, as soon as he saw my cane sitting on the table, he was like, "Oh, I see your cane here." He was like, "Oh man," I think I talked about this on the video too.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you must have really had a hard life." And I was like, "No, like, look at you, nigga, you're a veteran. You went out there and fucking, had people shooting guns at you and risking, having missiles and bombs thrown at your ass, but my life was supposed to be hard? Like, come on, dude.
Pretty much. It's just so that we spent like the 30 minutes talking about this. So, but it's such a rich subject, and it leads to so many other things. It's not just about blindness. It's about identity politics and about identity thinking.
Oh. Which, by the way, one little more piece of that. Remember Patty Penis I was telling you about a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
The chick that's into me and whatever, and she's visually impaired and whatever. She volunteers at these a lot of veteran events and things.
Yeah.
Well, the other day, I didn't see her all event, so I thought, oh, maybe she didn't show up. So I did finally see her. She was in front of the building waiting on a paratransit bus, but she was pissed off, dude, because a bus drove. She was on the phone yelling at the people with paratransit, saying that her bus went right by her and didn't even stop when she waved. Well, it's a veteran event, so there's probably a lot of disabled veterans that ride para-fucking-transit that are there. So, they're. I guess she's arguing with them, and she's going, "I want a free ride coupon because I was inconvenienced." And so finally, dude, a bus starts pulling up. I'm like, "Oh, here comes a bus right now. Let me see who it is, who they're here for." And so the guy stops the bus, and I'm kind of standing there waiting for him to open the door, and she yells at me, and she's like, "Max, tell her, make him get off the bus. You're blind." And I'm like, "Oh my god, typical self-entitlement bullshit, And
she said you're blind.
Yeah, she said, make him get off the bus. You're blind. And I'm like, fuck's that got to do with any goddamn thing?
Like you're gonna be with her, like solidarity, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So finally he gets off the bus. Or no, he opens the bus door. I was like, who are you here for? And he said her name. And I was like, hey, it's your bus. So here she is arguing with the paratransit people when her bus is en route, thinking that that other bus that went by was for her.
She's probably still going to demand a free coupon to ride.
Yeah, of course. So just another self-entitlement. But I'm sorry, man, that a lot of that comes from sighted people. Because sighted people treat you like, well, you deserve, you were dealt a short in life. Fuck God.
Well, yeah, it's like it's identity shit where you're supposed to feel like you're amazing because you're living with something, whatever it is. I've got
exactly.
Fuka Duka Buka. We've talked about this a lot, but it all stems back to the same identity bullshit about placing your identity of your kind of box or whatever your check mark, white, male, disabled, heterosexual, blah 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 blah. Those are your like things, disabled, whatever. Those are your things, and then if you have those things, then you can use those to identify and assume you've done something just because of your identifiers. And it goes both ways, because I guarantee you, the reason why you're seeing so much more like white, yeah, white this, white that, well, because everyone's saying white people are automatically racist, white people are automatically this. So what's going to happen? They're going to start having an identity thing too, and circling their wagons and going, well, yeah, we are, we're white, and that's just a whole nother. It's the way that identity politics. It's a evil. It's a cancerous, fucking disgusting thing that divides people and makes people feel like they have. Puts more importance in the shit that doesn't even matter.
Well, and people keep it alive too because they kind of like it.
Or let me rephrase that. Not that doesn't matter, but doesn't matter nearly as much as it does. It should right now. It doesn't. It matters way more than it should at the moment, and that includes visual impairment. And that video was just the epitome of just the goddamn annoyance that we
run up against.
Some of us try to avoid. Yeah, at least some of us try to counteract because we want to be seen as just people who, obviously, I'm not going to be like, you can do it, you can do anything you want, which is, of course, the other counterbalance of that. You can draw.
Yeah.
I can't do certain things, but I can do what I can do. A lot of times is way better than what you can do. So regardless of what, and that's because what I can do. When that includes thinking, because thinking is something you're doing. Thought is an action.
And talking.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was that. So speaking of talking, we've done a lot of that. What else is on the agenda? I don't have much else except that. That's the main thing I wanted to talk about today.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the customer service shit I was going to talk about. So yesterday I go to Baja Fresh with Mac Metro, and we, usually we go in there and there's a woman in there that knows us real well and knows what I want, knows what he wants, and all this kind of. Well, I guess she wasn't there last night. So it was this other guy, this young Mexican guy, and so I always get what's called the Dos Manos burrito, which is a big ass fucking burrito that like it takes two hands to eat it. That's why they call it the Dos Manos burrito.
Yeah.
So I go up to the counter. I said, "Yeah, I'll take a Dos Manos burrito with steak and no cheese." And he's like, "Oh, we can't make the Dos Manos burrito, man. We got a new cook, and he doesn't know how to make it." And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? It's on the menu. And he's like, yeah, and then he like goes back and he says something to the guy, and he's like, yeah, man, the guy doesn't know how to make it, man. I'm really sorry, man.
Did you? I would have been like,
we don't even have it. Then he starts telling me that it's no longer on the menu anyway. He was like, we just make it for people as a courtesy. So,
and did Mac Metro be like, I see it right there on the menu?
Well, actually, Mac Metro looked and didn't see it either. It was not really on the menu, but they used to make it for me. I mean, it was only we were just there like 3 weeks ago or so, and they made it for me then.
Wow.
But the fact the guy can't make it, that's a bullshit excuse.
Did you guys bail?
No, we actually stuck around. Well, here's what I said. Well, what's comparable to that, man? What's something that's similar to that burrito? And he's like, well, the ultimate burrito. So I'm like, okay, I'll take the ultimate burrito, which basically is just one half of the Dos Manos fucking burrito. So really, all he had to do, I think he just didn't know how to cut it. That's what it was. The fucker didn't know how to cut the goddamn burrito. You cut it right down the middle, and hey, you have two ultimate burritos. You cut them in half. It's now the Dos fucking Manos burrito.
But I bet two of those ultimate burritos are a hell of a lot more expensive than one Dos Manos.
It was.
And you bought two of them because you're a dumbass. I would have been like out of there.
Nope. I just bought one.
Wow.
I just got one.
Whoa.
Yeah. I just got one, and I figured, you know what, Henry, man? I'll pick up something later from the 7-Eleven if I'm still hungry. Well, Mac Metro actually got shittier stuff happen to him because we order our food and everything, and we're sitting there. I get my food, so I'm eating, and I'm almost done by the time he gets his. And so they bring his food out, and he's like, man, this is cold. And I'm like, what? So he takes it back up to the to the counter. He's like, man, this is cold. And the guy's like, oh, okay, well, we can fix that for you. So they bring it out again later. It's a little warmer than it was the first time, but he said it was burnt this time. So
Did he go up there again?
nah, he was like, dude, I'm just hungry. He was like, I don't want to fucking. See, that's the thing too, dude. You're hungry. You don't want to fight with people.
See, I would have bailed. I would have bailed right when he says he does not know how to make it. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, why don't you just tell me first? Well, we no longer have that on the menu. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Exactly. See, that's what he should have said. Oh,
Yeah.
we don't serve that anymore.
Because it's that
You know?
secretive shit like, oh, my
Well,
God.
just like you said, his easy out could have been it's no longer on the menu, which it really wasn't. You know.
Yeah, but he didn't say that. He's because I guarantee because they're still allowed to make that. That's the thing. It's called a secret menu thing probably. You know they have these secret menu now. The stupid fucking
Yeah, like with In-N-Out, if you
Yeah.
ask for the 4x4 or whatever.
yeah.
it's a-
You get
know.
that shit and it's not really on the menu, but it's secret because you're cool and that's it's fucking.
you're in the know, man. Like
Yeah.
other people don't even know this shit.
So
you know.
he got his cold. So you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, you know what I did? I pulled a fucking Miracle More today, man. I actually went to their site, BajaFresh.com, and emailed them about it, and just explained the situation. And I started it off. I was nice. I just said, look, I love Baja Fresh. I've been going there since 2001. I always get the Dos Manos burrito, but here's what happened last night. It was my first bad experience in your guys' store. So, but yeah, that was the one thing. And then tonight, as you know, I had my little I tried to download something from Amazon, and it never downloaded. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So I called them. There's actually a number you can call. And the first woman I talked to, of course, was American. But she was like, oh, let me send you to this department, and they can help you with that. And I'm like, okay. So then I get Davey the Dune Coon, who's wanting me to look up he's like, okay, search for the Amazon Music app. And I'm like, app?
Yes,
It's a
apps
fucking
can be on.
computer.
That's the thing. They're all the same now. Just to let you're wrong on this one. Sorry, but not because you're wrong. You're just ignorant. Because apps are basically just programs, dude. It's applications. It's an application.
So,
Now-
but you actually, because it was
Yeah.
prompted me to go to the App Store and buy it. Would
Yeah.
that still be?
Yeah, you
So-
can't. Yeah, you can still go to the app store. You have to download the app. It's a program. It's basically app is another term for program. But he's probably like lippity dip and didn't really say if he just said it's just another term for program. So just go and download the program.
No, he never did that. He was just like, no, sir, download the app, and he was like a broken fucking record. He kept telling me to download the app, and I'm like, dude, it says app for Android, man. I don't have an Android. This is a Windows PC. And he's kind of arguing with me. And then finally, dude, actually, I remedied the shit myself. Because I went to, and he kept doing the thing of, what does the gray bar say, sir? And I'm like, I can't see the gray bar. I'm blind. And he gave me the,
Oh, yeah. You God damn it.
Oh,
dude.
I'm sorry. In my country, we take them out back and blow their brains out with an AK and let the livestock fuck their corpse.
Yes. They let you live here. See, that's why they should not let you live.
Yes, they should take you and snap your head off
So
as soon as
far,
you're
you
born and
cannot
they
see
figure out
the
you're
gray
blind.
bar. You cannot see the gray skies and the rain dropping from the sky, and we're gonna shoot you right in your eye. Blah, 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 blah.
Actually, well, we've got a new use for disabled people now. Now we strap bombs to them.
Yes, we teach them they can get sight up in heaven, so we have them walk into
Yeah.
stores and blow themselves up.
If you die in the name of Allah, that means you go back and get sighted and get repaired and go back. It's kind of like a recall for a car. Oh, la 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 la.
Recall for a car.
like a bad seatbelt or something.
Exactly.
They
Yes.
recall it. So
Go back to Allah.
So, yeah.
So you blow yourself up, you get your eyesight.
yes, you can blow yourself up in the name of Allah.
If
Laka
you, don't
laka
got, if
baka.
you don't got perfect eyesight, blow yourself up for Allah, make your eyes right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
I said something fucked up the other day. I don't remember what it was, dude. It was something shitty, some kind of fucking. I can't remember what it was.
So anyway, so you got this guy, and he's like, oh, and then you get it fixed yourself. So
actually, what I did is I went to my orders, and then I went to my digital orders, and I saw a link there that says download and purchase.
Download this purchase to your PC, right? He couldn't even. That's all you want to do. You say, how do I play this? You say, download the app. You're like, no, I just want to download it to my PC because you purchased it completely. Or even if it wasn't a purchase, you probably, what do you have, Prime or something?
No, just regular Amazon. But when I've purchased albums off there before, I just click, download your purchase or whatever, and then it just downloads it into my music. It waits for a second. And you're like, oh, what's going on? But then eventually, when you go to my music, you see a folder there that says Amazon. Or Amazon MP3 or some shit like that.
And then, so you found it. So you purchased an album and you got it. So now you have it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, but now this was just one song. I just wanted one song off this album.
Regardless, the point is, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're in my Manage My Content under Amazon. You find your Manage My Content. You go there and there's an option: download, use it via USB or whatever, and transfer via USB or something similar.
Wasn't even that. It was just said download purchase, and I just clicked download. Then it asked me, do you want to open or save this download? And then I was like, yep, let's save it. And there it was. It's now sitting in my download. So when we're done with this, as a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah, so that's funny. But he was like, use the up, so just for future reference, apps are now what they call. And I don't know, it's me a little bit too because I'm old school. I'm like program. It's a program.
It should be a program, not an app. You don't call it an app.
That's what an app is. Application.
Okay. So now everybody's calling everything an app, huh?
An app because the apps are basically because basically your phone is now your computer. I mean, it's the same fucking thing. So they're all calling them all apps now. And Windows calls it apps. Like you'll see apps on your Windows. You won't see you'll see applications.
Well, actually, from what Davey the Dune Coon didn't realize, which I was trying to explain to him, is I already have the Amazon MP3 downloader installed on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I use it all the time. That's what I'd use all the time. And I was trying to explain that, hey, man, I use this shit all the time. What are you talking about? And he's like, well, download the app. It's better. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So,
yeah, unfortunately, a lot of times technical support is still which is ridiculous, the most ridiculous thing. Like, you'd think the basic support would all be all support should be here, or at least in a place where English is the main language. That's just my opinion. I think it's obvious why. For communication purposes, but especially fucking tech support, man. Why the fuck you want to deal? Because in some ways, I have to deal with that shit too. Like, our internal tech support is all like, "Hello, my name is blah. I want you to click on the blah." I'm like, "What the fuck do you want me to click the what? I want you to click the kill and enter the till." And like, what do you?
Yeah, man, that's like. These people still shit in outhouses. What the fuck would you take any technical advice?
Well, no, it's not even about. It's not even. If they could know their shit from, they could know everything about it. But if they're going, "Ik click your glunk while you're clicking your glunk," like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. You want me to click?
Right, I can't understand you, dude. I'm not.
Like, I don't even know what your name was. My name is Khalil. Can I help you? And and then they always say this. They always say fucking. They always have these scripted shit like, "Oh, I will be very," like when they go when people,
oh yeah, I want to help you with your problem and make it as seamless as possible, sir.
As seamless as possible, sir. I very much appreciate your time and your. Okay, shut the fuck up and help me. Shut the fuck up.
The same thing I got somebody for one day with that was another dude. All these fucking technical sports situations, I wind up fixing them while that dumb fuck's on the phone with me. Usually, I had one where my because I still got DirecTV. And it wouldn't advance. When I would hit a channel up or channel down, it would just go bunk, bunk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't like DirecTV, man.
Yeah, well, I'm very seriously considering the Fire Stick, man. So that's might be possible here.
Or something, because I mean, I don't like their controls and their menu screens or anything at all on their fucking shit at all. The Ranger Resort has it, and it just fucking bugs the shit out of me. It's like.
Well, I like the fact you don't have to point the thing right at the TV. You know what I'm saying? You can point it way on the other side of the room, and you can still change channels. So I think that's pretty dope. But anyway, yeah, so I get this fucking Dina the Dune Coon on the phone, and she's like, "Okay, sir," and she's doing all that, can I get your name, and can I verify this? And I'm like, okay, you got all that. And then she's saying, how can we help you today? I'd love to help you to the best of my ability. And it's like, okay, all right. I don't need the fucking show here. Let's skip to what we need done. My TV's not changing channels. Why the fuck is that? So anyway, long story short, I wound up hitting the fucking the menu button or whatever, and then it was able to advance just fine. You know, I was like, oh, I just got it to do it. I hit the menu button, and it went. And she's like, oh, so you got it fixed, son? And I'm like, yeah, I got it fixed. So, you know, I wind up remedying this shit myself in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and it's and I get sometimes when people will transfer calls to me, and they'll be like, okay, ma'am, I'm going to now transfer you to cruise control. He is going to be exceptionally amazing at what he does for you in the next couple of moments. I really, really appreciate the fact that you are calling us today. And I'm like, I just want to say, fucking transfer this person over so I can fucking help them. Jesus.
Right, you don't need all the extra, you know, caressums and
especially when you barely know what you're saying, and you can tell you're reading off a script, and it takes you 20 minutes to do the script, and it's like supposed to take like 3 minutes. You're like, it's fucking.
Well, there shouldn't even really be a script, you know, because every call is different. You know what I'm saying?
Don't preach to that choir, man. I gotta say, I gotta do a run through a whole bunch of shifts. Now we're recapping what we did for you today. We did this, we did that, we did, yeah.
Drive me fucking nuts, dude. Because you know, and I'm sure you hate it. You know,
I'm used to it now. It's like I incorporate everything into my script. I still do my own thing, and but I still have to answer the phone and say, okay, so what your issue is that you have this. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, well, let's go on and help you with that, you know. So, because we have to kind of reiterate what their issue is and a bunch of other stupid
showing
shit.
You understand it or some bullshit.
Yeah, it's all this corporate mind think. Like, this is how people actually live and think.
Like, dude, that shit's so far removed from a lot of what's going on. You know, it's kind of like, dude, sometimes, like, even my boss will try to tell me to do shit, and I'm like, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to, you know, you're talking about some shit you don't even know about.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So, oh, yeah. That's true. And these people are so far removed that let's add another thing on here where they have to say the name 7 times during the call.
Yeah, you're like, dude, come on, man. This shit. Have you ever? These are people who have never been on the phones, probably, or if they have,
it's been a while, or they're so corporatized. Because even once you get in there, like a year later, your mind is like fried. Like, well, this is the way we're gonna do it, because it's like a cult now. You know, it's like everything you learned before is like wiped away. It seems like. And there are still some people that hold on, and they're like, yeah, this is bullshit. But most people are like, well, the reason they're doing this is because, hey, your schedule is tied to your performance, so just do good. That's all you got to do is do great. Well, fuck you. How about I've been here for a long fucking time and deserve at least a little bit of credit for that and should have some seniority. No. It's all about, hey, your seniority is being better on the... No, that's fucking bullshit.
Well, see, that's the thing. Do they actually believe a lot of the shit they spew? Some of these corporate fuckers.
I don't. I think they do. I think it's corporate culture. And what is the first 4 letters of culture?
C-O-R. Well, C-U-L.
C-U-L-T. And what does that spell?
Cult? Oh yeah, that's true. Damn.
That's where it comes from, dumbass. Culture.
Nice. Culture. Yeah, interesting.
Culture. Like, that's why they have corporate culture.
I want something new today.
Yeah, like I had to ask you to spell something, put you on the spot. That was hilarious. I'm going to replay that in my mind and laugh at it.
I'll be like, oh,
so you got culture. So yeah, it's like they have these technical people that are doing the job, and they might know their everything about what they're trying to tell you, but their communication skills and the ability to tell you to do it are awful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they're just like, put together and do the glah, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, man. Speak clearer. Like, you want to say that, but you can't. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Like, one time I just went, what?
Actually, somebody told me, I don't know if this is true, but you can actually ask for, hi, may I speak with an American customer service rep, please? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can request to speak to somebody from the States.
I can see somebody go, what, do you have a problem with me? And you're like, I don't know what you just said there. I heard something about problem, but look at the guy. But how about you just get me racist? It's like,
no, you're just dumb and can't articulate.
No, you could be a white dude sitting there. You could be a fucking a Scottish, Irish, English white dude who was just born in India and has an accent. And you're on customer service. I don't know who the fuck your race is.
Oh, shit, dude. They could be German or French or something and just be like, we're going to help you.
We're going to help you. I'm going to help you. Rock your block and sucken, rock your flag and jigging.
I didn't understand a word you just fucking said.
Yeah, seriously. Just have...
Robert Cuban, you know.
It's that outsourcing, man. Gotta
Although, one thing I gotta say, though, dude, Americans have such a shitty work ethic, unfortunately, dude. Sometimes I never thought I'd say this.
That is okay. That is actually we work a lot more than most people do, because we're forced to, because it's all about work. Work is about that's what our lives, our
Yeah,
careers.
but a lot of Americans don't want to work, dude. They're lazy as fuck, dude.
Well, that's true. That's true.
You know, how many people you get like that don't want to get off their ass and actually do their job? There was something recently where somebody, I was like, really, you know, like this is your fucking job. You're giving me flack
yeah,
about
there was
making
like a guy who just he doesn't know how to make that.
Well, yeah, that was some lazy ass fucking. He can't make it, man. Like that was a. What if you had said that to anyone?
Well, that's why with you guys. So you guys are because you're hungry and you're fucking just impatient. I'd be like, you're telling me the cook behind there doesn't know what they're doing? The cook.
You know what though? If it depends on who I was with. Like Mac Metro's not into that really. He's not a big. Fuck you. We're gonna take our business elsewhere. You know.
Well,
he's not really
I would
down
have been
with
simple, like, yeah, let's go. We got to go, man, because I'm not gonna. Well, that's. But there's a point, man. It's like if you go to an auto mechanic and you go, hey, I like my oil change. He doesn't know how to do that. It's a fucking burrito, homie. You just throw the. What the fuck?
Well, it's the same burrito. It's the ultimate. Basically, the Dos Manos burrito is 2 ultimate burritos. So make 2 ultimate fucking burritos, put them in a tray, and there you go. There's Dos fucking Manos.
That's what I'm saying. So I would have been out. I'd be like, yeah, we're not eating here. Let's go somewhere.
Yeah, see, and I could tell Henry didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, all right, fuck, you're driving. That's what sucks, dude. This is the motherfucker about, about being a little.
And Mac
bitch.
Metro is in page, and you're talking about laziness a little bit there. That's a little bit of laziness, like get in the fucking car and drive somewhere else and get some good food. He has no one to blame for but himself for getting that shitty food.
Oh yeah. Well, in that case, because he chose to stay.
Yeah.
You know,
you would have been like, let's.
If it were me, if it were just me walking and I'm on foot and I walk in there and they do that shit, I'd be like, oh man, no, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. When you tell me that the cook doesn't know what he's doing because he's new, I'm not gonna eat there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Did he even say he's new? He's new.
That's what he said. He's new, man.
I would have been like, oh, that's great. Well, don't tell me that. You have a good day. I'm gonna go somewhere. That's like saying, yeah, you're gonna have a surgery today, and it's gonna be. We have a new surgeon. He just started. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know how to sew you back up, man. So you might be on the way out.
Yeah, it's like yeah, stupid idiot. That's the thing. Like what are you supposed to? Oh, he's new. Oh, what a fan. Happy new job, Mr. Cook. I'd be like, oh, you're new. Thank you for telling me. You don't tell me that. All right, goodbye. That's your first mistake. Don't do that again to another customer.
Oh, and a lot of people do that. They fall back on that as a reason for being a shitty employee. Well, I'm new. Well, you obviously should know your job before you fucking get out there.
Yeah, or don't tell me that and just say, oh, well, we don't have them on the menu. But like you said, because that would have been like, okay, no big deal.
That would have been a totally good out for, it's not on the menu anymore. And like you said, Mac Metro looked at it, and it was really not on the menu. So they could have just gone with that one. But instead, he had to tell me some dumb shit. He doesn't know how to make it, man. Yeah. Does he know how to fucking pick a shirt and spray gold?
He doesn't know how to make a burrito in a burrito. You don't have to fucking throw fucking food into a tortilla and wrap it up. Like,
right, and cook it.
Fucking, and of course, Mac Metro's shit was fucked up, and then he got a second one. It was still. Then again, Mac Metro, he once Mac Metro has something bad, the next thing he's gonna get, he's not gonna be like, this is good, man. He's gonna be like, no, this is still shit. It's like because the first experience will make it shit. Make the second experience shit.
Well, he did say he said it wasn't much warmer, and he said it wasn't. It was burnt. So it's like okay.
I'd be out of that fucking joint, man.
Well, we did leave our garbage. That I did. I was like, hey man, let's leave our garbage here.
Yeah.
So that he was down.
Our old rule. Leave your garbage. If the meal sucks, leave your shit for them to pick it up.
Yep, that's how you do it. That's
our little. I think I started that, didn't I?
I think so. Because that was back in the days of rolling around with Gref.
Yeah, I think we started. When the first time we at Arby's or some shit we did, or
actually I think it was a KFC. Remember that's when you dumped all your your gravy all over the seat.
Oh, that's right. Because I was pissed. I got what the. Did I? I dumped my. Damn, I was an asshole. That's great.
Oh yeah, you had some asshole moments. Well, I did too. I mean,
but that was. I don't know what the hell happened. That refresh my memory.
We were at KFC. I think they were taking forever to get our food out or some shit. But I just remember, dude, the coup de grace was, yeah, we were like, yeah, we're leaving our garbage on the table. Fuck that. And you're like, yeah, dude, you know what? Matter of fact, fuck them. And you dump the rest of your gravy on the seat. So.
Oh, where was that at? Was that the KFC on across from my house?
I think it was the one close to the university, dude, because that's the time when I was at UNLV.
Oh, that was a long fucking time ago.
Oh yeah, dude, that was like 97.
I think I vaguely remember. I probably got some like really shitty food, or I didn't get. It took us forever to get our food or something like that. And
it did. They did take decks upon excruciating decks, and they were stupid when we were trying to give them our orders. I think they were fucking them up. That's another thing, dude. Motherfuckers that aren't paying attention when you're trying to fucking, like, you know, over the phone, and you tell them something, and they're like, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You know, because, like, and you knew they weren't paying attention. You could tell they were, like, looking at their Facebook posts or, you know, fucking Snapchatting with somebody or doing some.
Yeah, sometimes it does happen because you're trying to do 4 things at once, and because I've worked on that end, you know, I work on that end, I understand it. But usually I'm like, well, you know, sometimes you can say repeat, you know.
Well, but there's a way that I can understand when they're like, oh, I'm sorry, what was that again? You know, there's a way to do it where you don't sound like you're totally fucking off. Like there was one time somebody was kind of laughing. You know, she was like, I'm sorry, sir, can you repeat that? You know, like you know, one of her coworkers showing her some gay ass shit online or some fucking, you know, some Facebook post that was really funny or QC, you know. So, yeah, you can kind of tell when people are just fucking off.
Yeah,
you know,
I definitely, yeah, and I understand that. It's just, yeah, sometimes you get overwhelmed. Like, oh, and usually what I do is I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, there was some distortion on our end. I'm sorry, we're having some phone issues. Could you repeat what you were saying? And then they're like, oh, and sometimes I'm trying to like type something in a fucking instant message to someone because they're like, did you get your blurk and splurk done today? And I'm like,
oh, that's work related shit. But you can tell when somebody's just fucking off. You know, when they just could give a shit less. You know, or what you have to say. You know, because I have had situations where they'll either not say something or they will, but they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What was that again?" You know, you can tell if they're joking with it.
Yeah, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're not important." And you're like, "Fucking."
Yeah, like, motherfucker, I'm paying you for this shit. You know,
I'm paying for this shit. But anyway, what else we got, man? I think that's about it.
That's it, man. I'm pretty much done. I don't know if you got anything.
No, I don't. I think it's. Come on now, play.
We went.
Yeah, we went about an hour. Hold up. Look.
Yeah, an hour, maybe even a little more. Hour and like 5 minutes, some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. So let me get this started. And anyway, so yeah, that we have our vibe now. Like we know when it's done. We know when
because we're good like that.
Half an hour ripping on a blind kid.
Yeah, blind 7-year-old.
And it's not. It's just. We know the kid's just a kid, but it's not even the kid. It's his family and the atmosphere.
It's the adults that we're ripping on, dude, because they're feeding him a mentality, you know.
Yeah, feeding him all this bullshit. But anyway, I guess we're done with this day. It's the fucking 19th of March, 2017. I am Cruise Control.
I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitches!
Heil Hitler!